What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. We got some J. Cole, and apparently he is addressing the beef with this called Port Antonio. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a video, but it's just like a picture. Port Antonio is a place in Jamaica. So that is interesting. So let's go ahead and check this out. I got the lyrics right here, so that way I can actually like break down what I'm thinking of this. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Let's go ahead and check this out, man. Yeah. I wonder if he produced this. I'm trying to think if I could catch the sample.
Ride to it, ride to it, ride to it, ride to it, ride to it.
Let me know if you know the sample.
Ride to it, 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 ride to it.
I want to write myself.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for the narrow, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too, I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono e mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see that heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock, and sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around, and your mother went out and found someone else and then brought around, and they salaries didn't combine. When they married and brought you out of that poverty, then you moved to a soft little part of town, so that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapper gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down.
So I'm digging this. So basically what it is that I'm getting is just like him talking about like where he came from, and you know, a lot of when he said his melanin was mocked, you know, this is him getting into his biracialness. A lot of people may think he's just, you know, light-skinned brother, you know, but he is half black, half white. So, you know, of course, this wasn't like Kendrick bringing it up in regards to Drake. It wasn't in the sense of like clowning him because he's mixed. It's because Drake decides when to choose, basically when to show that blackness, and you know, it comes off as inauthentic. J. Cole, on the other hand, he doesn't get that because I guess the way that he acts. So even with that in mind, I'm pretty sure that may have had some feelings towards J. Cole, because he's just like, well, if he's thinking that Drake is doing this, maybe he's thinking that I'm doing it, you know, or in some cases, or that just may have brought back certain feelings, you know, the same way. And plus American culture is American black culture, and you know, Canada, you know, still, you know, here and stuff like that. But you know, the way that Drake was brought up was definitely different than J. Cole, definitely different than Kendrick. And to be fair to J. Cole, he really didn't have to, you go the rapping route. I know sometimes people look at like whether he would have played ball or he was an academic. I mean, the big magna cum laude and stuff. Like if you hear his other, tracks, and why a lot of his stuff is relatable because it's just all like, yo, he still went to school. He had to deal with those loans, just like he was saying in the beginning of this. He was saying like he seen all of that stuff. He wanted the perks of like the rich life and different things like that. He said he had minimum wage jobs for dineros, but still, my mind was on the zeros, So this first verse I think is definitely dope and interesting. Like I said, that melanin being made fun of, his melanin being questioned, that just brought it instantly, even though I don't think that he may have been, talking about Kendrick's, dig to Drake, but that's kind of just why I felt like he kind of brought it up because it may have been triggering to him and what he had dealt with, So man, this is dope.
Ride to it.
How many verses he got?
Ride to it.
I'll tell you about to do a 3-verse on them. I guess it's only 2.
Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. 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 Yeah. Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling high.
Hey. Oh, the delivery is good as mine. You gotta search Prime. It just makes me think of like Prime deals and the delivery as far as with that, or you gotta search prime artists, like artists in their primes, later in life type of things. But the Benjamin Button Cold Flows Reverse Time is interesting because it's just all like Benjamin Button aged reverse. He was born old and he died a young baby, basically. So I may be just analytical on that one, but I get what he was saying. But it's just all like it's kind of not exactly what, but yeah, no, this is dope.
Tired and birds can perch trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all and it hurts trying. In this game where all you've got is your name like dirt, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine. Absurd times where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate when raps become but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about to do. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable, but saying stop the violence too.
I like that because it's interesting because I didn't catch it at first because I'm reading the lyrics, but the whole can't knock, do not disturb, knock doors, dough. So it's like kicking the dough. It's just like a interesting way of playing on double entendre, but also about the dough, like as far as money, different things like that about the bread, So that was dope. That was dope.
The dudes in hospitals, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle dog, I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a phone, and all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14. Jermaine is no king, if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithms.
Oof. All right, let's break that down because that was a narrative that academic is saying, and several other people are saying that Kendrick is like trying to be like the top dog, no pun intended, as far as like number one, having all this views and attention. And my thing is, even when people is just like when they tried to say like the control verse and everything like that, if that was the case, he would be doing what Drake is doing. obviously that doesn't matter to him, so he is doing it for some other type of reason. Now, I do like what J. Cole was saying. He pulled the plug because he seen where this was about to go. They wanted blood, but I don't agree with the clicks to make the pocket draw. I would say Drake maybe. He said they see this fire in my pen thinking I'm dodging smokes. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro, which is real dope. Now, if J. Cole was coming on that energy of 7 Minute Drill, then Kendrick would have cooked them for sure. For sure. But when the battle was going, I had Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake as far as in that order. As far as lyrically, that's personally how I feel that is. And I was just like, this is pretty much going to be against J. Cole and Kendrick. But woo, did that go the other way. Now, if he got serious, maybe. I still don't think. I think Kendrick is just, his writing is just on another level. Not to glaze him, but just my personal opinion with breaking down bars and just different things. But I do like as far as what he was saying with this. So he was just all like, I'm no king if it means I got to dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing. Like, but you know, the thing is, see, and J. Cole, unfortunately, has been put in this predicament before where he does things and it's just all like, sir, but you are a college graduate. You should know how to research. Personally, when I hear this, it's like he's taking certain hot things from the whole beef in general, like Kendrick had got bots, different things like that, even though that was proven to be untrue. So it's just interesting as far as that particular narrative. Now, did Kendrick say some stuff that was untrue? Did Drake say some stuff that was untrue? Is that just a part of rapping to hype up and to make a point and to make it right? I'm not 100% sure, but this is dope. This is dope. It's just, it's interesting just the certain things. Now, he's not saying on it. It could be towards Drake. It could be towards Kendrick, but that, now, also, what's the dirt and that whole thing? So that may have been like a thing on that. But the one who was actually paying to get dirt done that was called out was Drake. So, I mean, he is talking about both of them. So it could be simultaneous, some about Kendrick, some about Drake and different things like that. But I'm liking the fact that
niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes to be considered best, to live and rest, the weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly. My dog texted me, I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. I guess in that metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me.
If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. That was dope. That was dope. Just as an MC myself, I'm just like, yo, that I like that one. That was probably my favorite line.
Text it back like guess.
Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Yeah. These are not singles. These are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase, all of that in the link in the description. And just, check it out because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways.
Gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides, hey, don't you lie on me, my nigga. To start another war, hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing, it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your hearts, creeping to find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love cause we ain't prime and shit. My nigga, y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Yeah.
Now this is dope. I do actually not like the fact that he said Drake's name and not Kendrick's name. I don't like that fact. I don't like that fact because the stuff that is with Drake, and see, now this makes it seem a whole different way from like the video that I had reacted to when it came to Jake choosing sides or J. Cole choosing sides of different things like that. Because in that video, I was all like, yo, Kendrick, and J. Cole are close and different things like that. And it would be weird to know or to be like, I mean, he said both of them they friends, but he only mentioned Drake's name, which is weird. And he's just all like, yo, I appreciate all the stuff you done for me. And the thing was that Drake was completely disrespectful to J. Cole. So that's why this is confusing to me. Again, they got their own relationships. I can be like that sometimes as far as with like certain people, like if they do, depending on what it is, because I'm just all like, unless I see the proof and they're not doing it to me, so to speak, I'm like, cool with it. But it really depends. If it's not that deep, it's not that deep. But if it is some deep stuff, then I do have to distance myself, and I have done that before. But I don't know the relationship with Drake and J. Cole, and that's why this is interesting, because if you like, in my interpretation of the first listen to this song, it just seems like he's almost taking Drake's side. And well, he's not picking a side. Like him even saying like, since basically out of my spot, I'm free. Like, everybody wants to put, the F the big three. I'm just free, like basic type of stuff, which is a cool place to be. I don't think people question as far as the J. Cole's ability, even though people did, even though definitely people was just like, J. Cole, he's sorry. And I was just like, no, no, he's not sorry because he backed out of it. Hey, like you said, he foresaw some stuff, and that was something that was brewing for over a decade. So all in all, this song is dope, and I think that this is the first time me like listening and being able to see the lyrics other than with them being on there to be able to break it down like that. But I mean, it's still dope. It's fire. Like it's a dope song. I really think it's weird that he didn't say Kendrick's name and he said Drake's name. And just it's weird. Honestly, I really hope they're not really trying to start this war, and I hope that J. Cole isn't paid by Drake. But and maybe there might have been some crazy stuff that happened that J. Cole's just saw like, no matter what, I'm a ride for Drake. Like we don't, again, like I said, we don't know the full extent behind the scenes of everything, but it's still, yeah. The song's dope though. The song's dope. Like that line is just all like, just because you don't shoot it doesn't mean the gun ain't dead. That line was fire. Let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's weird that he only mentioned Drake? What parts do you think was about Kendrick? What parts do you think was Drake? Let me know in the comments. But it's Mr. Composition, MC that writes fiction. Back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. On the road to 5K. Make sure to check out the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.